Good afternoon. Final dress. Social Studies major final dress 2023 pre-board 23 by. Good afternoon po. Hindi kagabi uulit i-upload po to sa YouTube. I-review po. Okay. Write this scheme for fair use under section 107 1976 for fair such as criticism, supporting teachers and research. Fair use that might be infringing. Theater arts, which is considered the highest of literature recited orally by art, take folk literature. Okay na po ba? Pa-comment po kung okay na. Sorry. Okay. Okay, ulit natin. Okay. Among the types of theater arts in the Philippines, which is considered as the highest point of Filipino folk literature recited orally by our forebears. A. Epic poetry. B. Cenaculo. C. Duplo. Or D. Moro-moro. Okay na po ba? Okay na po. Nabuksan po yung gate. Okay na. Okay, sagot po kayo. To our 4 viewers, basagot po. Okay. Epic poetry ang sagot po dito. Okay. Epic poetry is considered the highest point of Filipino folk literature and dates back to pre-colonial period. Kapag sinasabi naman nating cenaculo po ay the stage reenactment of Christ's passion and death. Reenactment of Christ's passion and death. Cenaculo. Kapag naman po duplo, larong may kaugnayan sa kamatayan. Kapag naman po yung moro-moro about the battle between the Christian and Muslim. About po to sa theater na pinipresent during festivals po noong unang panahon. So, the answer for this number 1 is epic poetry. Okay, number 2. Of charter documents, which of the following is known as the Freedom Constitution? Which of the following is known as the Freedom Constitution? Letter A, Malolos Constitution. Letter B, 1987 Constitution. Letter C, 1973 Constitution. Or letter D, 1935 Constitution. Of charter documents, which of the following is known as the Freedom Constitution? Please comment your answer. Comment po. Answer po kayo. A, B. Okay, the correct answer for this number 2 is letter walang tumama. Okay, the correct answer for this is letter B, the 1987 Constitution. Okay, when democracy was restored in the 1986, the 1973 Constitution was replaced by first, the Freedom Constitution, also known as Proclamation Number 3S 1986, then current Constitution, the 1987 Constitution. Okay. Yung 1935 Constitution is a Commonwealth Constitution na nabuo under Tydings-McDuffie Law. Yung parang naging basehan nila yung Tydings-McDuffie Law, serve as the basis for independent Philippine government. Yung 1973 Constitution naman is under Marcos Constitution, ang batasang pambansa. Parliament during Marcos Constitution, itong 1973 na naging parliamentary na yung pamumuno ng Pilipinas, both President and Prime Minister at the same time. Okay, ang 1973 Constitution ay dinisolve po ni President Corazon Aquino. Okay, and Malolos Constitution is the first Republican Constitution in Asia. It's also known as the Revolutionary Congress, formerly known as the National Assembly. Okay, next question. Number 3. On learning thinking styles, to what kind of learners do you use lectures, discussions, and talking things to class learner? On learning thinking styles, to what kind of learners do you use lectures, discussion, and talking things to class learner? Letter A, auditory learners. Letter B, kinesthetic learners. Letter C, visual learners. Or letter D, tactile learners. Just comment po your answer. If member po kayo sa GC, please let them know na naka-live tayo. Cellphone lang po yung gamit ko, kaya kayo na lang po yung magsabi sa GC. B. Hi! Yung mga kasali po sa ating GC, sa Social Studies GC Drills, let them know po na naka-live tayo, lalo na po yung mga hindi nakasali kagabi, para naman po makapattend sila ng lecture natin ngayon. Cellphone lang po yung gamit ko, para na po ako mag-sit dito sa ating live. Thank you. Okay. The answer for this number 3 is, ang sagot nyo? letter B, and C. Okay, the answer for this is letter A, auditory learners. Auditory learners defined as that a student learn most effectively by listening. They would prefer listening to a lecture over reading a textbook or hearing instruction for a project. Ang visual learners naman po, you are learning by reading or seeing a picture. Visual learners, natututo po kayo sa pagbasa or sa pagtingin-tingin ng mga pictures. Ang kinesthetic learners naman po is the same lang po ng meaning ng tactile learners. Ang tactile learners or kinesthetic learners is need to physically natutunan nila under physically or try something order to learn the concept. Okay? Next. Number 4. On political ideology, what prominent example can you find for conservatism of the U.S. Republican Party politicians? A. Rejection for mall voting. B. Uphold reason and rationalism. Letter C. Redistricting states. Or letter D. Objectives to abortion law. On political ideology, what prominent example can you find for conservatism of the U.S. Republican Party politician? Just comment your answer. Comment lang po. Okay, the answer for this po is letter D. Objectives to abortion law. Medyo malabo po ba? Objectives to abortion law in most democracies, political conservatism seeks to uphold traditional family structures and social values. Religious conservatives typically oppose abortion, LGBT behavior, or in certain cases identity, drug use, and sexual activity outside of marriage. Okay, pabilis ng konti. What is the principle enriched in the 1987 Philippine Constitution that is not found in any other constitution in the world? Letter A, brotherhood. Letter B, freedom. Letter C, peace. Or letter D, love. Okay, sagot po kayo. What is the principle enshrined in the 1987 Philippine Constitution that is not found in any other constitution in the world? Sagot lang po. Kapag malabo po pa change ng resolution. Freedom. Okay, the correct answer for this po is brotherhood. Okay, dito na. The 1899 Constitution, 1935 Constitution, and 1973 Constitution, same lang po ng laman. About lang po sa justice, liberty, democracy, general welfare, mga ganun lang ang laman nito. So, yung the 1987 Constitution po is promote the common good, conserve and develop our patrimony, and secure to ourselves and our posterity the blessed, blah blah blah, magkasta ganun. Okay, next. What is are the purpose or purposes of a review or related literature? The choices. Point the way in fulfilling a need for additional research. Locate your own research within the context of existing literature. Identify areas of prior scholarship to prevent duplication of effort. Letter A, 1 and 2. Letter B, 2 and 3. Letter C, 1 only. Or letter D, all of the choices. Sagot po. Number 6. Sagot po, D. Okay, the correct answer for this is letter D. Ayan. Given this, the purpose of literature review is to place work in the screenshot nyo na lang po. Yan, letter D po yung sagot sa number 6. Okay, number 7. In the study of characteristic of culture, si Ma'am Jasmine, pinalitan pa yung sagot. What can be said about the culture from observation that children absorb habits, value, knowledge, skill, and taste of groups to which they belong? What can be said about culture from observation that children absorb habits, value, knowledge, skill, and taste of groups to which they belong? A. Culture is learned. B. Culture is adaptive. Letter C. Culture is subject to change. Or letter D. Culture compulsory. Sagot po. Sagot number 7. B. Not sure. Okay. The correct answer po dito is culture is learned. Why? Not innate but something acquired because of where one is raised. If you are conceived in one culture but born and raised in another, you acquired the culture of the second, not the first. The culture is learned. The children absorb or acquired something because that place is where they are raised. Okay po? Yung culture is learned po is kung saan po kayo nakatira, doon nyo po matututunan yung mga culture nila, yung mga beliefs nila, or yung mga traditions na ginagawa nila. And culture is adaptive po. Why not adaptive? Why not adaptive? Adaptive po, ang adaptive po kasi is ang adaptive po kasi kumbaga ngayon nauso na yung lato-lato, yun po inaabsorb po natin yun, na-adapt po natin yun kung paano laruin, ganun. Kumbaga noon tumbang preso, ngayon lato-lato na. Okay? O laban lang. Okay. And yung choices naman po niya, culture is subject to change or changeable po is nung dati written letters lang yung ginagamit natin. Ngayon, meron na tayong sariling cellphones. Kaya natin makipag-communicate kahit malayong pang lugar. Okay, these are the other types of cultural characteristic. Okay, screenshot, then next na tayo. Okay, number 8. As a branch of social science, economics deals with the following major human activities in business, trade, commerce of manufactured goods and services, but not to include A. Production, B. Competition, C. Consumption, or letter D. Distribution. Kapag malabo po, Ma'am Mujashina, pa-change na lang po ng resolution. Okay, naka 720 po yung resolution natin dito. So, change resolution po. Wait lang, excuse lang. Letter C. Letter A. Okay po. In the another, yung mga ibang sumagot po dito sa tanong na ito is, yung sinagot po nila is distribution. This is not for any competition po sa mga ibang review na nagbigay. Just for my understanding lang po, sa tanong na ito is the answer for me lang po is letter B, competition. So, nag-search po kasi ako sa Google, hindi ko po mahanap yung sagot na distribution. So, I choose letter B, competition. So, ito yan. Economic activity of human activities is competition po pala, not involved. Yung sagot po dito is competition po. Hindi ko po kasi, doon po kasi sa mga iba is distribution yung piniling sagot dito. Hindi ko naman po mahanap yung distribution na mali na hindi dapat i-include. Pero ang sa totoo lang po, under economic of human activities involves positive production, distribution, and consumption, at hindi po involves si competition. Yun lang po yung pagkakaunawan ko dito sa tanong na ito. But if you can see in another YouTube channel or sa mga ibang page po, ang sagot po nila dito is distribution po. And for me lang po, yung sagot dito is competition. For my understanding lang po. Okay? Next. You can search naman po to sa Google, no? Sa Google po ako nag-base. So, let's move. Ayan. This is the other types of competition. What is competition? The economics, the process by which various sellers each try to offer better products, lower prices, and other advantage to choose their wares over a rivals. Okay, number 9. Which kind of knowledge will you prioritize as most significant for dealing with practical challenges and issues in our fourth industrial era? Take note po, fourth industrial era. A. Technological knowledge. B. Supernatural knowledge. C. Magical knowledge. Or letter D. Natural knowledge. Isagot po. Okay. Okay, the correct answer for this one po, ano po talaga sagot? Okay, wait lang. Okay, the correct answer for number 9 is letter A. Kung makikita niyo po, supernatural, magical, natural knowledge, same lang po yan. Naku, Jasmine ah. Okay, technological knowledge is the correct answer for number 9. Okay. What is fourth industrial revolution or 4AIR or industry 4.0? Conceptualizes rapid change to technology industries and societal patterns and processes in the 21st century due to increasing interconnectivity and smart automation. As people increasingly work beside robots, essential human skills such as creativity, complex problem solving, critical thinking, communication, emotional intelligence, and people management will be irreplaceable by machine. Okay, next. Number 10. Which of the following statement below shows proper citation of a source to be used in the literature review? Research is a significant process for every individual, be he she student, professional, or ordinary citizen, except from the article of June 2015. So, ano po yung ibig sabihin po ng research is a significant process for every individual, be he she professional, or ordinary citizen? Letter A. According to June 2017, research is a process that is truly significant in every individual, be he she is student, professional, ordinary citizen. Letter B. June 2010 stressed the importance of research as a process in school, in the professional field, and even in daily life of an individual. Letter C. Research is a process that is significant for every individual, student, professional, or ordinary citizen. Or letter D. Giron 2017 said that research is a process significant for every student, professional, or ordinary citizen. Okay, sagot po. Okay, the correct answer for this po is letter D. Jeron said that research is a process significant for every student, professional, or ordinary citizen. Okay, number 11. While the Philippines and United States elect public officials by voting, what system in the United States makes it possible to win the greatest number of individual votes but still lose an election? Example, lose of Hillary Clinton to Trump in 2020. Okay, the answer po. 11. Okay, the correct answer po sa 11 is letter A, electoral college count. The electoral college process consists of the selection of the electors, the meeting of the electors where they vote for president and vice president, and the counting of the electoral votes by Congress. Okay, next number. Which is the Queen City of the South with historical landmarks, temples, and religious sites, dolphin and whale watching? A. Cebu, B. Manila, C. Iloilo, or D. Zamboanga? Okay, sagot po. 12. Okay, the correct answer for this po is letter A, Cebu. Cebu is known as the Queen City of the South because of its strategic and economic importance to the country. It is one of the most prosperous cities in the country and sees over 2 million foreign tourists annually. Next question. On the Bill of Rights, what is the status of laissez-faire or unrestricted freedom of individuals under the law? A. It applies to disadvantaged individuals. B. It applies for all times. Letter C. It is given to marginalized groups. Or letter D. It is no longer applicable. Okay, the answer for this po is it is no longer applicable. Okay, next question. Let people do as they choose. Laissez-faire. 14. Among online networks, which is known as the best social networking site for photos with caption for trips, foods, businesses, products, etc. Among online networks, which is known as the best social networking site for photos with caption for trips, food, business, products, etc. A. Twitter, B. Instagram, letter C. Pinterest, or letter D. MySpace. Okay. The answer for this, number 14. Ulit ko na mabasa yung comment. Okay, the answer for number 14 is Instagram. Instagram is the place for showcasing your products or services with photos or videos. On the app, you can share a wide range of content such as photos, videos, stories, reels, live videos, and IGTV for longer form videos. Next question. Instagram po. Next question. What is the dominant theme for creative expression of kapalaran as a Filipino cultural value? What is the dominant theme for a creative expression of kapalaran as a Filipino cultural value? Letter A, misfortune. Letter B, luck. Letter C, defeat. Or letter D, failure. The correct answer for number 15 is luck. Kapalaran values a Filipino trait of accepting his fate by believing that everything is written in his path. Fate meaning po is luck. Such traits contributes to luck, initiative, and perseverance among Filipinos. Next question. 16. If you were a change agent, which of the following sectors you generally advance in order to address the problem of rampant poverty? Letter A, military training and drafting. Letter B, business and manufacturing. Letter C, culture and sports. Or letter D, leisures and arts. If you were a change agent, which of the following sectors you generally advance in order to address the problem of rampant poverty? 16. 'Okay, the correct answer for number 16 is business and manufacturing. Business and manufacturing. Okay. What can we do to stop spreading poverty? In business and manufacturing, in that way we can eradicate the rampant of poverty, improving access to sustainable livelihoods, entrepreneurial opportunities, and productive resources. In business and manufacturing, there is a possibility to offer a new opportunity to the unemployed. Okay, next number 17. On cultural subcultures, what is the way to judge groups which consider themselves as unique and different from others, also against racial and cultural integration as exemplified by Orthodox Jews? On cultural subcultures, what is the way to judge groups which consider themselves as unique and different from others, also against racial and cultural integration as exemplified by Orthodox Jews? Letter A, ethnocentric. Letter B, cultural relativist. Letter C, cultural absolutist. Or letter D, xenocentrist. 17 na po. Seventeen. Po. Okay, the correct answer for number 17 is ethnocentric. Ethnocentrism is the tendency to look at the world primarily from the perspective of one's own culture. Okay, ang cultural relativism naman po is cultures differ fundamental from one another and so do the moral framework that structure relation within different societies. Letter A yung sagot po. Example, a certain culture eat different food at different meals. Yung cultural relativism. Yung cultural absolutism naman claims that an absolutely right standard exists and that an act is moral or immoral. And Ethnocentrism naman po, the desire to engage in the elements of another's culture rather than one's own culture. Mas natangkilik po nila yung ibang kultura kaysa yung sa sarili nila. That is Ethnocentrism. Okay, next number. Who among the early civilizations set the great educational goal to develop the individual man to think and act? A. Sumerian, B. Persia, C. Babylon, or letter D. Greece? Who among the early civilizations set the great educational goal to develop the individual man to think and act? A. Sumerians, B. Persia, C. Babylon, or letter D. Greece? Sagot po. 18D. Okay, 12 question na lang po. 30 items per drills. And sagot po kayo sa ating pretest, sa ating GC. Okay, the correct answer for number 18 is letter D. Letter D, Greece. In all the Greek city-state except for Sparta, the purpose of education was to produce good citizens. Children were trained in music, art, literature, science, math, and politics. In Athens, for example, boys were taught at home until they were about 6 years old. Okay. In Sumerian po, in their education, natutunan lang po nila yung pagiging purpose nila sa kanilang komunidad at pag-training. Reformer education aim to train scribble or yung tagapag tawag doon. Scribble po yung parang accounting po, yung taga-note, parang ganun. Tagalista, ganun. And priest. Yung Persia naman po is about gymnastic, moral, and military training po. Yung Babylon naman po, yung education nila is mostly centered around literacy lang. Yung Greece lang po talaga yung pinakamadaming ambag sa edukasyon. Okay? Number 19. What did some political leaders propose as the way for the Philippines to be fully assimilated by the United States in the early 90s? A. U.S. statehood, B. U.S. free trade, C. U.S. grant of independence, or letter D. U.S. mutual defense treaty? Okay, number 19. Before I will tell the answer, meron lang po doon share. Early 90s po, the Philippines was colonized by ilang items, hanggang 30 items lang po yung nagawan ko ng rational. So, on the process pa po, gagawan ko pa po ng rational yung 31 to 60. Every drills po is 30 items. Every drills po is 30 items. Okay, then ito po is yung final drills po natin is 150 items. So, hindi natin po yun kaya sa isang upuan lang. Early 90s, the Philippines was colonized by Spanish, and nangyari din po yung katipunan, cry of Pugadlawin, pagpunit ng sedula. It was December 1897 when Aguinaldo exiled in Hong Kong after receiving 400,000 and signed the Pact of Biak na Bato to end the Philippine Revolution. In May 1, 1898, Battle of Manila Bay between the Spaniards and Americans na yung Americans lead by George Dewey. Dito po natalo yung mga Spaniards at gustong sakupin at napagkasunduan nila yung Treaty of Paris, yung kasunduan nila, Treaty of Paris. Tinake over ng Amerikang Pilipinas at inuwi po nila by US Navy, transported Aguinaldo back to the Manila. Okay, in May 19, Aguinaldo became the Philippine Republic declared in 1899 to oppose US rule in the Philippines. So, yun na. In June 5, 1898, nag-issue na po siya ng decree for Philippine independence. In June 12, 1898, proclaiming the Day of Independence. And the decree was Acta de la Proclamación de la Independencia del Pueblo Filipino, written by Ambrosio Bautista, Aguinaldo War Counselor, and special delegates. Okay, the answer for this one is letter C, U.S. Grant of Independence. And I want to share po Acta de Tejeros, during the Tejeros Convention, petition of rejection of Emilio Aguinaldo as the President of the Philippines. And during the Tejeros Convention, Bonifacio was elected as a leader, but Daniel Tirona objected and insulted Bonifacio. So, wala. Fail po yung Tejeros Convention. Okay. 20. Which of the following is the first priority needed by every country, most especially for poor economics? Letter A, food. Letter B, educational. Letter C, health services. Or letter D, housing. Which of the following is the first priority needed by every country, most especially for poor economics? Letter A, food. Letter B, educational facilities. Letter C, health services. Or letter D, housing. Actually po, na-drills na natin to kagabi. Inuulit ko lang po ngayon kasi hindi po siya na-upload sa ating YouTube channel. Hindi nyo po siya mare-review kapag hindi ko to ulitin i-live. Kasi nag-Google Meet kami kagabi. Pero next time po is YouTube live na po yung gagamitin para diretso na po may i-upload sa aking YouTube channel para hindi po ako paulit-ulit na ngumangaw-ngaw, diba? Nakakapagod. Okay. Lahat naman po tayo, ang most priority po natin is food. Pinaka-priority po talaga yan is food. Okay, next question. Which dimension of culture and arts heritage preservation will you select as related for historical sites like the Intramuros Walled City? A. Economic. B. Sociocultural. C. Environmental. Or D. Legal. Konting advice lang po. Kapag alam niyo na po yung meaning ng isang choices, you cross out na po para hindi na po kayo malito, no? Kung alam niyo po, hindi ito yung sagot, then cross out na po para konti na lang. Kumbaga, add one out. Okay, answer po kayo. Which dimension of culture and arts heritage preservation will you select as the related for historical sites like the Intramuros Walled City? And another advice po is, sa mga choices po, meron po kasi yung letter A, pareho lang yung meaning ng letter C, ganun. Cross out na po ninyo agad yon. So, meaning, dalawa na lang yung pagpipilian nyo, ganun. Okay, your answer is okay. The answer for number 21 is socio-cultural. Sociocultural characteristics, basically sociocultural factors, are customs, lifestyle, and values that characterize a society. More specifically, cultural aspects include aesthetic, education, language, law and politics, religion, social organization, technology, and material culture, values, and attitudes. Ang material culture po dyan, yung mga heritage, yung mga gamit, ganon. Yung not material naman po is your values, your attitude, your beliefs, your traditions, your culture. Tindihan po ba? Material and not material culture. Okay. Number 22. What kind of penalty based on RA 9165 shall be imposed to anyone who commits unlawful prescription of dangerous drugs? Letter A, death penalty. Letter B, imprisonment of 20 to 30 years. Letter C, fine of 100,000. Or letter D, life imprisonment to death. Grabe, consistent talaga yung dalawa, no? Kayo na 4, 6, ganun. Nanood ngayon, consistent talaga yung dalawa. Huwag nyo kong iiwan. Kunting push na lang. Okay. What kind of penalty based on RA 9165 shall be imposed to anyone who commits unlawful prescription of dangerous drugs? A, death penalty. B, imprisonment of 20 to 30 years. C, fine of 100,000. Or letter D, life imprisonment to death. The correct answer for this question is letter D, life imprisonment to death. Letter D po ang sagot. The penalty of life imprisonment to death and a fine ranging from 500,000 pesos to 10 million pesos shall be imposed upon any person who, unless authorized by law, shall engage in the manufacture of any dangerous drug. No bail is recommended for this case po, or the RA 9165. Tama? The RA 9165 is also known as the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act 2002. Okay, next question. 23. How will you generalize as the main cause of failure of Philippine society to achieve a first world status among nations as noted by Transparency International? A, poor governance. B, corruption. C, lack of science and technology. Or letter D, lack of natural resources. How will you generalize as the main cause of failure of Philippine society to achieve a first world status among nations as noted by Transparency International? A, poor governance. B, corruption. C, lack of science and technology. Or letter D, lack of natural resources. Okay, the correct answer for number 23 is corruption. Corruption is the main reason why poverty continue to foster in the Philippines, or why the Philippines has no development or low development. Kaya tayo patuloy na naghihirap dahil po sa corruption. Kaya wala tayong improvement sa ating bansa dahil sa corruption. Madami pa rin corrupt na officials. Number 24. Of the following, how can we connect language and culture? A. Norms are transmitted through language across generations through the process of assimilation. B. Language is an integral part of culture as all human societies have their language. Letter C. The culture's language hampers people's perception and understanding of the world. Or letter D. If culture affects structure and content of language, then it opposes linguistic diversity. Ang norms po is under to non-material culture. Okay, of the following, how can we connect? Paano natin may-connect yung language sa kultura? Yung lengguwahe natin sa kultura. Okay. Konting push na lang. 6 question na lang. 6 question, then matatapos na tayo. Okay, the answer for this question is letter B. Language is an integral part of culture as all human societies have their language. In every societies, we have our own language, and that is the culture of the one societies. So, how we connect language to a culture? Sa isang kultura, sa isang komunidad, sa isang society, mayroon silang sariling lingwahe. Okay, next question. 25. Among ancient civilization, which was most superior in its philosophy, governance, art of war, and culture, the influence of which has effects even on modern day societies? Okay, this is the bonus question. Letter A, Mesopotamia, B, Persian, C, Greek, or D, Roman. Among ancient civilization, which was most superior in its philosophy, governance, art of war, and culture, the influence of which has effect even on modern day societies? $25 pa lang tayo. Okay, the correct answer for number 25 is Greek. Greek po is among Egypt and Mesopotamia. Greeks develops a sophisticated philosophical and scientific culture. It also gives rule of reason and inquiry. Ambag din nila yung math and science, which geometry and the concept of mathematicians such as Pythagoras, Euclid and Archimedes, planetary movement, Earth axis, and heliocentric system. Okay, next question. On political issues, which ideology gives emphasis to rule by religious authorities such as in Iran? A. Fascism, B. Democracy, C. Theocracy, D. Parliamentarism. On political issues, which ideology gives emphasis to rule by religious authorities such as in Iran? A. Fascism, B. Democracy, C. Theocracy, or letter D. Parliamentarism. Okay, the correct answer for this is letter C, theocracy. Iran's complex and unusual political system combines elements of a modern Islamic theocracy with democracy. Okay, next question. Examine the type of social research title, Mga Naging Ambag ng Lalawigan ng Cavite sa Pag-igting ng Katipunan sa Himagsikan, isang pagtuntun sa pahina ng kasaysayan. A. Historical, B. Case study, C. Phenomenological inquiry, or letter D. Ethnographs. Examine the type of social research title, Mga Naging Ambag ng Lalawigan ng Cavite sa Pag-igting ng Katipunan sa Himagsikan, isang pagtuntun sa pahina ng kasaysayan. This is the answer for this is letter A. Historical Historical research is a process of collecting and interpreting data about past events or ideas in order to find how they affected the present events and ideas. It studies possible reasons behind certain events to explain their influence on the events that follow. 28. In your research study, one of your findings is a significant difference in the academic performance of boys and girls. You conclude that brought about difference. A. Chronological stage. B. Developmental stage. C. Gender. D. Mental stage. In your research study, one of your findings is a significant difference in the academic performance of boys and girls. You conclude that brought about difference. A. Chronological stage. B. Developmental stage. C. Gender. Or D. Mental stage. The correct answer for this question po is letter C, gender. Research has confirmed gender differences even in primary education in mathematics self-concept, self-efficacy, and interest, suggesting that boys generally have better motivational profiles in mathematics than have girls. 29. If you were a navigator in the ancient world, what you use as an instrument for determining the altitude of stars and planets? A. Compass. B. Telescope. C. Astrolabe. D. Navigator. Okay, the correct answer for this question is the ancient navigator in the ancient world. What you use as an instrument for determining the altitude of stars and planets? Answer is astrolabe. And last question, astrolabe is a type of early scientific instrument used for reckoning time and for observational purposes. Last question. In the Philippines Constitution, what is not considered as criminal offense as this is the consonant with freedom of speech and expression? A. Criticism. B. Libel. C. Defamation. Or D. Slander. In the Philippine Constitution, what is not considered as a criminal offense as this is a consonant with freedom of speech and expression. Okay, the answer for this question is letter A. Ang libel, defamation, and slander po is the same lang po ang meaning. Criticism, the expression of disapproval of someone or something based on perceived faults or mistakes. And libel or defamation or slander, a published false statement that is damaging to a person's reputation. Okay, that's all. Tapos na po yung first 30 question natin. Review lang po, then you can join to our group chat. Okay, tapos ko na po yung mga iba pero wala pa pong rational and wala pang sagot dyan. Okay, thank you.